The phone rang like a scream in the dead of night, shattering the fragile silence of my apartment. I jolted upright, heart slamming against my ribs, the digital clock glowing 2:47 a.m. in blood-red numbers. My grandfather's name flashed on the screen. Pop, as I'd called him since I could talk. He never called this late. Never. My thumb hovered, a knot twisting in my gut. When I answered, his voice was a ragged whisper, laced with confusion and something darker like fear. "Ellie, do you like the house I bought you?" he asked, the words slurring slightly, as if dragged through gravel. I blinked into the darkness, the cool sheets tangling around my legs like restraints. "What house, Pop? It's the middle of the night. Are you okay?" There was a pause, heavy and wrong, the kind that sucks the air from a room. Then he said, "The one on Maple Street. The big one with the wraparound porch. Hey, I bought it for you. For your future." His breathing hitched. "Don't you like it?" My mind reeled. Maple Street. That was in our old hometown hours away. I'd never heard of any house. "Pop, I don't know what you're talking about. Did you dream this? Let me call Aunt Karen." "No," he barked, sharper than I'd ever heard him. Then softer, almost pleading. "Ellie, come see me tomorrow. Promise me." "I promise," I said, my voice cracking. But when I hung up, the unease festered like an open wound. Pop had always been sharp, a retired accountant who balanced his checkbook to the penny. This wasn't him. I lay there, staring at the ceiling cracks that spiderwebbed like veins, my thoughts churning. Was it dementia? A stroke? Or something worse, someone manipulating him? By dawn, the anger started small, a flicker in my chest as I brewed coffee, the bitter steam curling like smoke from a gun. Pop had raised me after my parents died in that car crash when I was 8. He'd sacrificed everything. His savings, his time, his dreams of travel. And now, at 82, he was alone in that creaky Victorian house, with my aunt and uncle circling like vultures. Karen and her husband, Uncle Ray, always dropping by with concerns about his health, their smiles too wide, their hugs too tight. I'd moved to the city for work 5 years ago, a graphic designer scraping by, but I called him every day. Guilt gnawed at me now, sharp as teeth. Why hadn't I visited more? The drive back to Willow Creek took 3 hours, the highway a blur of gray asphalt and skeletal trees under a leaden sky. Rain pelted the windshield like accusations, wipers screeching in rhythm with my pounding heart. I gripped the wheel until my knuckles whitened, fantasies flashing unbidden. What if Pop was losing it? What if I had to fight Karen for guardianship? She was his only child left, my mother's sister, but she'd always resented me, the orphan kid who stole her father's attention. Heartbreak twisted deeper. Pop was my anchor, the one who taught me to tie knots, bake pies, face the world with quiet strength. Losing him would gut me. Pulling up to the house, the familiar sight hit like a punch. Peeling blue paint, overgrown roses clawing at the porch rails, the swing creaking in the wind like a ghost's lament. I knocked, but no answer. Panic surged, hot and acrid in my throat. I used my key, the door groaning open to the musty scent of old books and liniment. "Pop!" He was in the living room, slumped in his armchair, papers scattered across the floor like fallen leaves. His eyes, usually twinkling blue, were bloodshot and distant. When he looked up, his face crumpled, not with recognition but confusion. "Ellie, what are you doing here?" "You called me last night," I said, kneeling beside him, my voice steady despite the tremor in my hands. I touched his arm. His skin was papery, cool. "About a house on Maple Street. You bought it for me." He frowned, rubbing his temple as if chasing a memory. "House? I don't remember." Then his gaze sharpened, flicking to the doorway. "Karen was here yesterday. Said something about investments. A good deal." Suspicion coiled in my belly, cold and serpentine. Karen always scheming. She'd married Ray, a slick real estate agent with a perpetual tan and a shark's grin. They'd flipped houses, made a fortune during the boom, But whispers in town said they cut corners. Shoddy repairs, hidden liens. Pop had loaned them money once. They'd paid it back late, with excuses. I gathered the papers. Bank statements, a deed. My breath caught. There it was, a property transfer for 142 Maple Street, dated 2 weeks ago. Purchased for $450,000 from Pop's savings account. But the buyer wasn't me. It was Ray and Karen's company, Willow Properties LLC. What the hell? I muttered, the words tasting like ash. Pop's signature was there, shaky but real. Had they tricked him? Forged it? Rage ignited, a slow burn spreading through my veins. This wasn't just money. It was my future, Pop's legacy. He'd always promised me the family home or something equivalent. Now it was gone, siphoned away. Pop, did you sign this? I held up the deed, my voice tight. He squinted, then nodded slowly. Karen said it was for you. Surprise. Investment for the grandkids. His eyes welled. Did I mess up, Ellie? Humiliation washed over me, hot and stinging. Not for me but for him, manipulated like a child. I hugged him, inhaling his familiar scent of pipe tobacco and soap, resentment festering toward Karen. How dare she? After all Pop had done for her. I helped him to bed, his steps frail, each one a reminder of time slipping away. As he dozed, I rifled through more drawers, finding emails on his ancient computer. Ray pitching the perfect flip, promising high returns. A quick online search on my phone showed the house listed for resale already, at $600,000. They'd pocket the profit, leave Pop broke. Denial hit first. Maybe it was a misunderstanding. Karen loved Pop, she wouldn't. But doubt cracked it open. I remembered holidays, her snide comments. Ellie's so independent, doesn't need handouts. Jealousy, plain and raw. She'd never had kids. I was the only grandchild. Perhaps she saw me as a threat to her inheritance. That night, back in my childhood room, the walls pressed in, wallpaper faded with yellow roses that now looked wilted. Sleep evaded me, thoughts spiraling into fantasies of confrontation. Storming into their McMansion, slamming the deed on the table, screaming until they crumbled. But deeper, darker urges stirred, obsession taking root. What if I exposed them? Ruined their business? The idea thrilled and terrified, a moral tightrope. Pop wouldn't want that. He preached forgiveness. Yet the betrayal burned, a wound that wouldn't close. Next morning I confronted them. Their house loomed on the hill, all glass and stone, a monument to greed. Karen answered the door, her face a mask of surprise, Botox smooth. Ellie! What a surprise. Come in. Inside, the air was sterile, scented with artificial vanilla. Ray lounged on the leather sofa, newspaper in hand. His smile not reaching his eyes. To what do we owe the pleasure? I thrust the deed forward. Explain this. Pop thinks he bought a house for me, but it's in your company's name. Karen's eyes widened, then softened with feigned concern. Oh honey, he's confused. We helped him invest. The market's hot. We'll flip it and split the profits. It's for his care, really. He's not well. Bullshit, I snapped, the word exploding like a gunshot. You drained his savings. That's theft. Ray chuckled, low and patronizing. Watch your tone, kid. He signed willingly. Dementia or not, it's legal. The admission hung there, casual as coffee. Humiliation surged. Me, the outsider, powerless. Heartbreak followed, imagining Pop's trust shattered. Your family, I whispered, voice breaking. How could you? Karen sighed, touching my arm. Grow up, Ellie. Life's not fairy tales. He wanted to help us too. I left shaking, resentment boiling into obsession. Back at Pop's, he was worse, forgetting my name, staring blankly. A doctor visit confirmed early Alzheimer's. Guilt crushed me, I'd been too absent. But rage sharpened my resolve. They wouldn't get away with it. Weeks blurred in the city, my job a haze of deadlines and caffeine. Nights I researched, elder abuse laws, financial fraud. Fantasies evolved. Anonymous tips to the IRS about their shady deals, or hacking their listings to scare buyers. Doubt crept in. Was I becoming the monster? Moral conflict tore at me. Revenge felt justified, yet tainted. Pop called sporadically, his voice fading, each "I love you" a dagger. Then a breakthrough. Digging through old family boxes, I found letters. My grandmother's will, leaving everything to Pop with a clause. Assets for the bloodline's future. Ambiguous but leverage. I hired a lawyer quietly, heart pounding with cold resolve. The plan formed. Sue for fraud, expose their scams publicly. But subtle hints first. Anonymous emails hinting at audits. Suspense built in my chest, a taut wire. One evening Karen called. "Ellie, we need to talk." Pop's talking nonsense again. About the house. I smiled into the phone, voice sweet. "Oh, what did he say?" "He's saying it's yours." Delusional. "But maybe we can work something out." Tension crackled. She was scared. But the game had begun. The email I sent was anonymous, routed through a VPN I'd learned about from online forums. Dark corners of the internet where the wronged plotted in shadows. Willow Properties. Your flips hide liens and mold. The IRS knows. Short, sharp like a blade. I hit send from a coffee shop Wi-Fi. The espresso machine hissing like a warning, my pulse thundering in my ears. Obsession had morphed into action. Each step a mix of exhilaration and fear. What if they traced it? What if Pop suffered more? Back home, the apartment felt claustrophobic, walls echoing my ragged breaths. I paced, fingernails digging into palms, drawing pinpricks of blood. Guilt whispered, "This isn't you, Ellie. Pop raised you better." But resentment drowned it. Visions of Karen's smug face, Ray's laugh. They'd betrayed blood for bucks. My inner turmoil raged. Justice or vengeance? The line blurred, morally gray as storm clouds. Days later Ray called, voice oily but edged. "Ellie, you hear about any rumors?" Our latest listing tanked. Buyers backed out, citing anonymous tips about issues. I feigned innocence, heart slamming. "No idea. Karma, maybe." He paused, suspicion thick. "Watch yourself. Family or not." The threat fueled me. I escalated subtly. A fake review on their business page, detailing hidden defects from a disgruntled client. Then a tip to the local paper about elder exploitation. No names yet. Suspense simmered, quiet calculations in the dead of night. I visited Pop weekends, his decline accelerating. Rooms full of echoes, his eyes vacant. "The house," he'd mutter. "For Ellie." Each time heartbreak renewed my fire. My lawyer, a grizzled vet named Harlan, uncovered dirt. Willow Properties had a history. Complaints buried, bribes suspected. "We can build a case," he said over coffee. The diner buzzing with clinking silverware and grease-scented air. "But it'll get ugly. Family secrets out." Doubt hit hard. Was I ready to destroy them? Fantasies shifted. Not just financial ruin, but emotional, making them feel the humiliation Pop endured. Moral conflict peaked. Revenge tasted sweet, but poisoned. Then the twist began unfolding. Karen showed up at my door unannounced, rain-soaked, mascara streaking like war paint. The city lights flickered through the window, casting her in harsh shadows. "Ellie, please. Let's talk." I let her in, the air thick with tension. She paced, heels clicking on hardwood like ticks of a bomb. "The emails, the reviews. It's you, isn't it?" Denial was tempting, but I opted for truth, cold and cutting. "You stole from Pop. His life savings." She collapsed onto the couch, sobs racking her. "It wasn't like that. Ray, he pressured me. Debts from bad flips. Pop offered. Said it was for all of us." "Liar," I hissed, anger flaring. But her eyes held desperation, layered with regret. "You manipulated him." "Yes," she admitted, voice breaking. "But I love him. We were going to pay it back. Please stop this. It'll kill him if it goes public." manipulation, or truth. Her confession humanized her. Motives not pure greed but survival. Ray's gambling debts, she revealed, hidden from everyone. She'd gone along to save her marriage. Complexity hit. She wasn't a villain, just flawed like me. Yet resolve hardened. Too late. The lawyers filing tomorrow. She left pleading, the door slam echoing my isolation. That night, obsession peaked. Dreams of triumph mingled with fear of consequences. What if Pop hated me for fracturing the family? The lawsuit launched quietly, but word spread in Willow Creek like wildfire through dry grass. Reporters called, digging into Willow Properties scandals. Ray's facade cracked. He confronted me at Pop's house, face florid, veins bulging. "You little bitch. This ends now." Pop watched from his chair, confusion etching deeper lines. "What's happening?" Ray lunged, but I dodged, heart in throat. "It's over, Uncle. Confess, or the press gets everything." He deflated, admitting it all. Forged elements in the deed, Pop's confusion exploited. But then the shock. "It was for you originally. Karen changed it last minute. Jealousy, I guess." Betrayal deepened. Karen's hidden motive. Resentment toward me, the favorite. Layers peeled back, revealing her as the architect. The climax came at the mediation. Harlan's office smelled of leather and coffee. Tension thick as fog. Karen sat across, eyes red-rimmed. Ray beside her, defeated. "We'll transfer the house to you," she offered. "And repay Pop's savings. Just drop the suit." Triumph surged, but twisted with guilt. Pop wheeled in, looked frail, his hand trembling in mine. "Family," he murmured. "Forgive." I hesitated, moral grayness overwhelming. Revenge felt hollow now. Poetic justice tainted by pain. But I signed with a condition. Public apology, donation to elder abuse charities. Outside, rain cleared to sun, atmosphere shifting. Karen hugged me tentatively. "I'm sorry, Ellie. Truly. Forgiveness. Not yet." But the twist hit weeks later. Pop's lucid moment, a letter he'd hidden. "If they betray, fight back. But remember, blood mends." His cold resolve mirrored mine, a hidden motive. He'd suspected, left clues for me. Revenge delivered, but with unexpected consequences. Family fractured, yet healing. I moved into the Maple Street house, its porch creaking under my weight, a symbol of victory and loss. Anger ebbed to quiet resolve, the pursuit ending not in destruction, but uneasy peace. Yet in dark moments resentment lingered, a reminder that betrayal scars deep, and revenge, once tasted, never fully fades.